This video is brought to you by the 3 Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Agents of Smersh in about 3 minutes. It has a solo mode, it's a game for 1 to 4 players, playing time is long, and it's a pretty simple game. You are part of the UN Intelligence Services. You and your team's assignment is to track down one of these individuals and capture them, so you can find and defeat Dr. Lobo before he launches his doomsday scheme. The game ends after a final confrontation with Dr. Lobo. This can be triggered early by the players or happens when the Lobo marker passes the time marker. Dice. Conflict is resolved with special dice. Narrative. This game revolves around the storybook and its gazillion entries. Character development. As the game progresses, your character will learn new skills and abilities. Player turn. Take a player mat and then grab a character sheet. Slot that sheet inside the mat, place 1 clear cube on the white spots of your basic skills, a red cube at max health and a blue one on max resolve. Gain any advanced skills and conditions noted on your character and 2 secret missions. Place yourself on the board at any region's HQ space. On your turn, you can move up to 2 spaces and have an encounter. Spaces with an airport are considered adjacent to each other while moving. If you have a UN transport token, you can spend it to move anywhere. If there is intel in your space, claim it. At any time in your turn, you can use the region bonus. Here to spend 1 intel to draw a gadget. Now, based on your region, draw a card from the matching pile. Here we are in Africa, so draw that card and read it. Each mission has a name, in this case provocation. Choose one of the options below. We choose scoff at this. Then roll a d6. These 3 numbers are the entry in the encounter book you will turn to. Note that if you are in a lair space, the final number will always be 5. Read the text aloud and then see if you need to pass a test. Our character has persuasion 2. -1 from that gives us 1 die. We could spend resolve to get additional dice, but instead our character has seduction, which grants 2 more dice in this case. We roll them. These symbols are failure. This symbol means you can spend 1 resolve to turn it into a success, while these symbols are successes. If you pass a check, gain the rewards in the bold text. Then based on the region you are in, you may get additional bonuses. This region grants an advanced skill of your choice. If you pass an encounter in the same location as one of your secret missions, you can resolve it, claim the rewards and draw a new one. If you fail to check, take the consequences in bold, in this case 1 injury. If you run out of health, you will need to draw a new character. In addition, each failed test moves the Dr. Lobo marker left 1 space. You can choose not to move and have an encounter and have a rest action. This restores health and resolve equal to your rest score. If you're resting at a headquarters, restore them both to full. At the end of a turn, you can spend intel to start an epic encounter with the henchmen. This is a group activity and will be multiple challenges in a row. And this is the same format as the final battle with Dr. Lobo. Why would you like this game? Whether you like Agents of Smersh really comes down to one main thing. Does the idea of reading through a bunch of wacky spy encounters all over the world sound like a good time to you? Because this game is all about the narrative, and the gameplay really does take a back seat to that. There's a bunch of characters to play, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, and I dig that you can also play as Dr. Lobo's henchman. Plenty of fun spy gear and other stuff to discover too. But the game lives and dies on the fact that it's all about this massive encounter book and all the wacky adventures inside. Take the game too seriously at your peril. The best thing about this game is just how damn gonzo some of the stories are. However, if you own the original Smersh, this game has been simplified in many places. This may or may not be a bad thing for you. I think it's mostly positive, except for one thing. The game always ends in 1 of 4 showdowns, and those showdowns are many tests and many paragraphs and just suck the energy out of the game. I'd love an alternative end game that wasn't reading about 2,000 words aloud. Smersh is heavily inspired by a game called Tale of the Arabian Nights. And for a different take on the spy genre, try Spectre, Agents of Smersh. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to read a novel aloud! And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.